Hello and welcome to another video review, this time about the new Swarovski wide-angle hunting rifle scope, the Z8i Plus, with the magnification of 0.75 to 6 by 20. Swarovski is, as you probably know, one of the biggest names in the optics industry, and it is also one of the few premium manufacturers which are located in Europe. The history of the company goes back to 1895, and the Swarovski optic was founded in 1949 when they produced their first binoculars. The headquarters is from the beginning up to now still in Austria, in the province of Tyrol. The Z8i Plus series of rifle scopes, which is this one, was introduced this year, so 2023, and currently it features only two models in this series, which is this one, 0.75 to 6 by 20, and the bigger model with the magnification of 1 to 8 by 24. Both of them are wide-angle hunting rifle scopes with a 8 times zoom factor magnification, but the magnification is the same like in the previous series, so Z8i series, but these feature now a lot bigger field of view, which is approximately 15% bigger field of view than the older generation rifle scopes with the same magnification. The 0.75 to 6 by 20 was first time introduced in, I think, 2016, and already then it was revolutionary because no other manufacturer made a rifle scope with such a magnification, because no one was going with the magnification under 1x, so the image when you look through gets smaller than you see it with your naked eyes, but because of that you have a much bigger field of view, and especially on a game which is running, a big field of view is the most important, I think, what you can have when you want to engage quickly. The Z8i Plus series feature now a bigger main tube diameter tube, so it is now 34 millimeters. The older ones had a 30 millimeters tube, and the eyepiece is now 51.5 millimeters in the diameter, and the older models had a 45.5 millimeters eyepiece diameter. I have here from the older generation a 1 to 8 model, just to compare so that you can more easily see the differences, and as I said, you can immediately see the difference in the main tube and also in the ocular, so it is a much bigger ocular. Now if we compare this one to the older model with the same magnification, this one is of course more bulky in design. It is also a bit longer and approximately 90 grams heavier, but I think because of the much bigger field of view, this is a much better buy in my opinion, because the older model had a field of view of 56 meters at 100 meters, and this one tops it now by a lot, because it has now 64.6 meters at 100 meters, which is just unbelievable. When you look through this scope, the field of view is just on another level. It is not possible to see something like this in other riflescopes. Okay, now if we go to the housing description. First of all, the entire scope is made out of metal with a rubberized magnification ring, rubberized buttons for the illumination, and a rubberized eyepiece, so the moving part here. It features European style eyepiece, so only this part rotates here. I have to say the eyepiece feels very smooth, and the adjustment is also quite stiff, which I really like, because then it cannot happen that you accidentally make some change during the transportation, and I think this is a great this is how a riflescope should be made. Now on top is the illumination control, if I can show you here. So here is the whole illumination, let's say adjustments. On the right is a plus button, so you can make the illumination stronger, and on the left is the minus button, so the intensity goes down. And here on the end is a small lever in which you can go to night or low light illumination, and on the other side for daytime illumination. In both positions there are 32 intensity settings, so all in all you have 64 intensity settings for the illumination, so you can really fine-tune the illumination perfectly to your needs. So really nice. The illumination is, I think, in my opinion, perfectly made. It is very ergonomically designed, so you can really quickly turn it on, make your adjustments, and you can already use the scope, and also you can very quickly turn it off if you don't need to. From the ergonomics perspective, I think this is really a great solution, but I think that it can easily happen that you can accidentally turn the illumination on and off during the transportation, or when you put it in the back. Let's say you have off, you put it in the back, and accidentally you turn it on. I think this can very easily happen with such a small lever which stands out of the entire riflescope. But the riflescope features on and off or automatic turn off feature, so even if this happens after a few hours, the illumination turns automatically off. Then the buttons on top are made of some very hard rubber, which is really nice to use. If we go further to the magnification ring, it is also rubberized, and it has a small throw lever on top. And if you want to change from the smallest to the biggest magnification, it is under 180-degree turn, so you are even quicker when you make this adjustment. Now at 1x magnification you can hear a small click, so you can immediately hear and also feel. There is also some part when you can feel that you are on the 1x magnification. So if you want to use 1x and it is already getting darker, you can easily do it like this. For the magnification ring, there are also two throw levers included in the box. which you can very easily attach to the rifle scope. You just have to remove this small screw up here, and then you can already attach the new throw lever on top, so you have an even better grip. So it is like this, even better grip, and also it is much easier to turn the entire magnification. There is one black throw lever included and also one orange one. Okay, now if we go further, the main tube is now 34 millimeters, as I said. The turrets come only in capped versions, and there is possible to buy the scope with a Swarovski mounting rail or without, so you can mount it then with normal rings. The objective is of course 34 millimeters, and I think there are also some mounts available if you want to use this rifle scope like for night vision or thermal attachment, so you can use the thermal or night vision device in front of this rifle scope. Okay, now the entire scope is made out of aluminum. It is rated for all hunting calibers, so you can use it also on the strongest ones and nothing should happen with the rifle scope. The temperature range where you can use the scope is from -20 degrees Celsius up to 55 degrees Celsius. The entire housing is filled with argon gas, so it prevents internal fogging even in very cold environment, and the rifle scope is also waterproof up to 4 meters of depth. The size of the scope is 282 millimeters in length, and the weight is from 590 grams or 615 grams. Depends if you choose the scope with the rail or without. As I said, the scope is heavier than the previous generation, but I think with 615 grams with the rail, it is still a very lightweight rifle scope. It is made completely in Austria, in their own manufacturing facility, and it comes with a 10 years warranty. The price of the scope is 2,980 euros if you choose without the mounting rail and with the DI reticle, but if you choose the SR rail and the 4A-IF reticle, then the price goes up to 3,340 euros. Okay, now for the reticle, it is positioned in the second focal plane, so it stays the same at all magnifications. The reticles available are for now only two in this model: the 4A-IF, which has the flex change feature, which means that the reticle has a small dot in the middle and a circle around, which you can turn on and off if you want it or need it. The second reticle is the DI reticle, which is just a small dot in the middle, so it looks like a red dot when you look through the scope. To turn on and off the flex change feature, you just have to push both buttons at once and hold it for a few seconds, and then the circle around the middle point turns on and off. The 4A reticle is also the standard or the most popular hunting reticle in Europe. For the illumination, as I said, it has 32 twilight settings and 32 daytime settings. So all in all, 64 intensity settings, which is a lot, and you can really fine-tune the illumination to your eye. The illumination is, of course, daytime bright, and it features the Swarovski feature, so it shuts the illumination automatically off if you do not use the rifle scope. In the day mode, I think this is 3 hours, and in the night mode it is 5 hours of use. After that, the illumination turns automatically off. Also, this feature can be easily deactivated with these buttons here. The scope features also a position sensor, so if you if the inclination of the scope goes more than 70 degrees down or up, the illumination goes up, or more than 30 degrees left and right, the illumination shuts automatically off. The battery compartment is here for the illumination under this turret here, and for the illumination you need only one CR2032 battery. Okay, now for the turrets. These are both capped turrets. Both have the same turrets underneath. So like this, so that you can see the turret. The clicks on the turrets are in centimeters, so one click is exactly 1 centimeter at 100 meters. It is a multi-turn turret with 3 whole revolution and then additional 20 clicks, and in one revolution there are, I think, 60 clicks available. So all in all 3 turns and 20 additional. This is altogether 200 clicks or 2 meters of adjustment at 100 meters, which is quite a lot. The windage range is completely the same, so also 2 meters at 100 meters. The turrets can also be resettable. You just have to pull the upper part up and rotate it so that when you make your adjustment, so that this part faces forwards. The clicks are very audible and also quite tactical, so you really feel every single click and you also hear every single click, so which is really nice. The marks on the turret go just 15 clicks in each direction, so if you have to make more adjustment than 15, you can count every single click, or you can just go back to 0 and then start again here, so you can see how much clicks you are currently making. Okay, then the turret is made from some sort of plastic, which I personally do not prefer, or I do not personally very like this turret, because for a premium manufacturer I think this could be made a bit better. Then under the caps there are two caps, and under one of them is an additional battery, which is really great because you can always have a full battery with you, and you don't need to carry it somewhere in your pocket or somewhere you can easily lose it. For the battery, you just have to push this rubber button here and it pops out. Okay, now if we go to the optical performance, the magnification is, as I said, 0.75 to 6 by 20. So the objective diameter is 20 millimeters, and the parallax in this rifle scope is fixed at 100 meters. Now, what is special about this scope is, of course, the field of view, which is 64.6 meters at 100 meters. So which is really unbelievable. It is almost or more than 20 meters more than any other comparable product from other manufacturers, which is just unbelievable in my opinion. And on the biggest magnification, so at 6 times, the field of view is still 8.1 meters at 100 meters, which is still quite a lot. It has, of course, no tunneling effect. The light transmission through the scope is 93%, so quite high. And the eye relief of the rifle scope is 95 millimeters, so you are very safe behind the scope, even with a strong recoiling caliber. The eye box, so how you can move behind the rifle scope, is very good at all magnifications. Of course, at 0.75 it is a bit better, but also on the biggest magnification it is still very easy to use this rifle scope. What is also special, I don't know if you can see this through the camera, but like you can see here, the part around the lens is really small. When you look through the rifle scope, you have a feeling like the image is outside of the rifle scope, which is really nice to use. And yeah, it is, in my opinion, perfect. The eyepiece is really really well made. All in all, for the optical performance, as you would expect, it is on the highest level. It is of course a premium product. The quality of the image is superb. Also, the color accuracy and resolution are also really good. It is just around the edges where I can see that the image is not crystal clear. It is a bit blurry, but I think this is because of the big field of view, and in my opinion it doesn't really matter, because it is most important that you see the target you are aiming at quickly, and then of course you aim it with the center. So the quicker you see your target, the better. So even if it's not very crisp at the edges, I think it doesn't really matter. Okay, now what is in the box with the rifle scope? First, a cleaning cloth, then protection bikini covers for the lenses, a user's manual with everything you need to know in different languages. Then, if you choose the scope with the Swarovski SR rail, then is also this cover included, where you can put on when your scope is mounted to protect the inner part of the rail for before sand or something else comes inside. Then of course the covers, which are on with an additional battery, and as I said, 2 throw levers are included. Okay, now if I make a short summary, first of all, the positives. Of course, the field of view is the biggest or the most positive of this scope, which is exceptional. And as I said, you cannot see such field of view on any other scope on the market. Then the second thing is the entire design of the scope. I really like the Swarovski modern but elegant design. And lastly, the build quality and finish, which is on the highest level as you could expect. Then reticles, that are 2 available. The flex change, of course, is a really great feature, so you can more easily see also during a very bright sunny day. And of course the illumination. It is from the ergonomics perspective, I think it is perfectly made. The only thing what I do not really like is this lever here to turn it on and off, because it can very easily be switched unintentionally on, so that you don't even know it, and because of that it drains the battery life. This is also one part where I want to see what I want to set for where I see room for improvement is this lever. Then that the entire scope is much bigger and more bulky in design than the older model. Then the next thing is the inner part of the turret. I do not really like this part because it's made out of plastic. I think this could be made something somehow differently. And lastly, the price. I think 2,980 up to 3,340 is a very expensive rifle scope, so not everyone can afford such a rifle scope. Okay, for the competition, I think this rifle scope is in a class of its own because of the magnification, and again because of the field of view. And yeah, I hope I covered everything about the scope. If you have any additional questions, please click the link below, and if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.